Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today we have a 4-game NBA slate. Before I get into it, can you guys smash that like and subscribe button? It helps the channel a lot. So we have some injuries today. We have the Wizards. Morris is out for the 76ers. Embiid is questionable. For the Pacers, Halliburton is questionable. For the Spurs, Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, and Branham are all questionable, and Vassell is probable. And for the Warriors, Curry and Wiggins are out, and Poole is questionable. So with that situation, those situations, obviously there's some injuries that we're going to have to stay tuned for, especially in the Indiana Spurs game and the Philly Dallas game and the Clippers Warriors game. But overall, all these teams have some upside. I do have a few players I like a lot today. We're going to start with Klay Thompson. He looks like he's in a really good spot. He's been playing pretty well lately, and he's been good against the Clippers in the past. He's had a couple games this year against them. He had one good one and one lower scoring one, but I do think he's in a good spot here and should have a good opportunity to hit some threes. He's been shooting the ball crazy since Curry's been out, and he's had some big fantasy point games as a result of that. Then we're going to look at Miles Turner, who's my favorite center on the board today. For Indiana, he has been playing really well lately. He does have a really low floor, as we know, because he will randomly have bad games, but he has big time upside in a small slate against a weak opponent. He's definitely in a great opportunity here. Draymond Green also looks very interesting today for the Warriors. He's been playing pretty well as of late with Curry out. He does get more assists, which definitely helps him fantasy wise, and his price has actually come down some, which definitely gives him some upside, especially on a small slate like this. The matchup isn't super ideal, but he's still in a good spot and has some nice upside with the price. Buddy Hield for Indiana also has some interesting upside today against the Spurs. He's not a must play because his averages are a little bit lower than I expected him to be, but his price has actually dropped quite a bit, which is nice. And if Halliburton were to be ruled out, then Hield would become a top tier play. Most of the issue with Hield is that a lot of times he is pretty scoring dependent to get the majority of his fantasy points. Then we're going to look at Tobias Harris. Now, this is really determining if Embiid plays or not. If Embiid doesn't play, then Tobias gets a huge boost, like he did yesterday, where he scored 38 fantasy points. But if Embiid plays, and that would hurt him some, he would still be viable on the slate, but he wouldn't be a must play like he would be if Embiid is out. Same goes for Tyrese Maxey. He's been playing extremely well lately. He's had some really good games. His price is cheap enough that even if Embiid does play, he's worth a look today because he's gone down in price a little bit. But again, if Embiid is out, then he'll become a must-play, especially if he ends up drawing the start. He's just way too cheap for that situation. And then Benedict Mathurin for the Pacers. He's also in a good spot. He's been playing pretty well lately. He's had a couple off games, but for the most part, he's played well, and he's in a great spot against the Spurs, and so that's what I like there. I think Miles Turner is really only the best core player right now. Obviously, once we get the information about Embiid and Halliburton, that'll open up a lot potentially if one of those guys gets ruled out. You could even look at TJ McConnell and a couple other options for the Pacers, and then for Philly, you could definitely make James Harden, Tobias Harris, and Maxey look like must plays. And then, of course, for the Warriors, they have Jordan Poole is probable, and that could make a difference there. And for the Spurs, obviously, we have a lot of questionable tags today, and depending on who plays there and who doesn't, that would definitely open up like Devontae Graham for a big game, or Bates Diop, or Chandler Collins. So we got a lot of injuries to wait on, but we do have some good opportunities so far. So we'll have to wait and see though. But make sure to join Discord and check it out because we have the injury updates there in automatically. So come check that out. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and have a nice day, guys.